Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we are back for episode 2 of my 1994 Major League Baseball postseason playoff run-through with the Montreal Expos / Washington Nationals. And today we are ready for Game 4 against the Atlanta Braves. So as I stated in the last video, I simulate up to the first elimination game. We split the next two games after losing Game 1, so we enter Game 4 down 2-1 in the series with our backs against the wall. This Braves team has proven to be a very tough team to beat, as they ended up beating us with Greg Maddux in Game 3. That was pretty much the decider in that, but luckily, because he did pitch the wild card game, we're only going to see Maddux once this series. We will see Glavine twice, along with, I believe, Steve Avery in Game 5 if we get there, but first we got to beat Tom Glavine for the second time today. Now, the first time around, we got 2 runs off of Glavine in the first, and then he shut us down the next 4 innings, but got pulled after 5 in what I would call was a pretty successful day against Glavine. If you can get, only 5 innings and 2 runs out of him, that is pretty successful if you're the offensive team, I would say. But we will have Butch Henry, who in 1994 went 8-3 with a 2.43 ERA in 15 games started. He also had 9 relief appearances. He was pretty good himself this season, and he is going to be our Game 4 starter. So you can see a recap of how Games 2 and 3 went. We won Game 2 3-2, but then got shut out 8-0 in Game 3 in a pretty dominating performance by Greg Maddux and the Atlanta Braves. So Tom Glavine on the mound, as you can see. And here is Butch Henry getting ready. 2 southpaws will be on the hill. 2 finesse southpaws. Neither really throws too much heat or anything like that, so it'll be a pretty interesting matchup. Only lineup change for the Expos from Game 1 is Rondell White gets the start over Marquis Grissom. Rondell White's actually a lot better against lefties than Marquis Grissom is, so that made sense to make that swap. Other than that, lineup is the same. And here you can see Tom Glavine, again with his no regular season statistics, but he is on the mound here for Game 4 from Atlanta, Turner Field. I don't believe Turner Field was actually open when the Braves played in 1994, but anyway, we will have to make do. Here is Wil Cordero. So after Rondell White works a leadoff walk, Cordero hits one into left for a base hit. So we've got 2 men on with no men out to start this game. Already getting things going off of Glavine for the second time in a row. We've hit him early, and now we have a chance with some runners in scoring position. Moises Alou only 1 for 9 this series, entering this AB. But it's time for a big hit from Moises, and he delivers a 2-1 liner over the shortstop's head. That is going to get into left center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Alou gets the second, Cordero to third, and it's an RBI double for Moises Alou, coming through big when he needed to. Now Larry Walker's turn, the 1-2 count to Walker. He's going to nub this one out to center, and it's going to be, it actually drops into center field, but I didn't have either running going, and then I ended up trying to just get the guy on third to go, and it didn't work out. The base running controls in MLB I've never really quite mastered, so now the bases are loaded. 2-2 count to Cliff Floyd. Room service double play ball to the shortstop right there to second for 1 on to first. So a run does score, but Floyd does not get an RBI. And then Lenny Webster flies one to center field. Deion Sanders on the run. He will get under it and make the play. So Glavine escapes the bases loaded jam and only allows 2 runs. And that's going to be the score heading into the bottom of the first inning here. Take a look at the Atlanta Braves lineup. I believe it is the exact same as their Game 1 lineup, so no changes there. And you can see on the mound is Butch Henry, the lefty, number 27. Really doesn't throw too hard, only throws like 88, 87, but he's a sinker baller and is pretty effective with his stuff. So 1-2 count here to Ron Gant. And Gant's going to fly 1-2 center field. Our center fielder, Rondell White, is under it, and Henry would get the a 1-2-3 first. So we are on to the rest of the game now. And let's get into a top 2 now with Sean Berry up at the play. 1-1 count to him. He's going to line this one back up the middle for a base hit. So again, early on, getting to Tom Glavine, getting some base hits, getting some solid contact off of him. Sean Berry does just that with a leadoff single here to get things going. Next batter is Mark Lansing. 1-1 count to Lansing. Glavine from the stretch kicks and deals, and that is going to be taken for a strike, but Berry is able to steal second base successfully. So we got a man on second with no one out, and that's the thing I wanted to do this game, is be a little bit more aggressive on the base pass. I wasn't so aggressive in Game 1, but here you can see again this one gets by Javi Lopez, and Sean Berry is going to get to third base safely. So we get a man on third with no one out after some aggressive base running there, and then Lansing is going to ground this one to the shortstop. That's going to be fielded and fired onto first in time, but we do get a run home. Blauser retires Lansing, and that will do it for that inning. So top 3 now with a man on first. Alou crushes one to deep center field. Sanders going back at the warning track. He's got it though, and look at the runner. I think that's Wil Cordero. He's going to end up getting doubled off there, as I really thought that one was going to get down for a while, or at least like hop up over the wall or something like that. I thought it would. I really didn't think that was going to be caught by Sanders, but then Larry Walker would be up next. He would strike out. Glavine had settled down at this point, so he's allowed 3 runs, but he is through the 3rd inning, and he gets Larry Walker to go down. So we're going to go to the top of the 4th inning now. Sean Berry up 2-2 count with 2 men out, and again another strikeout. So Glavine really settling in, dialing in, and getting through these next couple of innings at the very least. Here we go, bottom 4 now, 2-2 count to Deion Sanders, and Sanders is going to take that hanging curveball, drive it into right field down the line for a base hit. This is going to be well played by our right fielder, but Sanders is just too fast, and he gets into second easily with a leadoff double. So now with no one out, the next batter is going to be Jeff Blauser, and Blauser is going to pop one up, or not pop one up, but fly one to center field. Our center fielder, Rondell White, under to play it. He's going to make the play, fire it to third. Sanders on the run. He's going to be safe at third base. So Sanders using that NFL speed to tag up and get to third. Now there's a man on third with just 1 man out. Ron Gant up next, 3-2 count. Gant lines one, stabbed by the second baseman. Sanders can go nowhere, and the Expos benefit for some BABIP luck right there. That liner goes right into the hands of our second baseman, Mark Lansing. And then next batter is going to be Fred McGriff. He's going to do a slow roller down to third. Sean Berry fires to first in time, and that will get Henry out of the inning. So he works around a leadoff double, and he's through 4 scoreless. Top 5 now, 2-2 count to Rondell White. He smashes one to deep left field. This ball is back, and it is off the wall. Looks like maybe off the glove of Gant. White takes a hard turn around second, but he'll actually stay there. Not trying to go to third with 2 outs like you know, the Cardinal sin of baseball or whatever they call it. But 3-1 count out of Wil Cordero. He's up next. He crushes one to deep left center field. This ball is back and caught by Sanders on the move, and that will get Glavine out of the inning. But that would do it for him again. He only goes 5 innings, this time allowing 3 runs. So here's Pedro Borbon on the mound. Floyd lines one to left, but it's a diving catch by Ron Gant, and again we're going to get doubled off, and I think again that's Wilfredo Cordero getting doubled off of second base there. Actually, it might have been Larry Walker. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it must have been Larry Walker now that I think about it. But now we're on to the bottom of the 6th inning. Deion Sanders takes ball 4 right there, and he's going to work a 1-out walk. Now 2 batters later with 2 outs in the inning. Ron Gant up, 1-2 changeup. That's going to be driven back up the middle for a base hit. So 2 men on with 2 men out for the Atlanta Braves here, trying to spark things in the bottom of the 6th and get to Butch Henry for the first time all evening. Next batter is going to be Fred McGriff. He's going to hit that one back up the middle for a base hit. Here comes the runner coming around third. He is going to score easily. Sanders comes around and gives the Braves their first run of the game on the RBI single from Fred McGriff. Now David Justice up next at 2-2 count. Justice flies one to shallow right field. Larry Walker is on the move. He is under it now, and he will make the play for out number 3. So Henry gets out of the inning, but that would do it for him. He would be pulled after 6, 4 hits and 1 earned run and 1 walk as well. No strikeouts for the finesse lefty. Take a look at the 6th inning recap. Steve Bedrosian is going to come on now for the top of the 7th inning for the Atlanta Braves. Sean Berry here with 1 out in the inning. He's going to be up a 3-2 count. He's going to line that one into left center field. That is going to get down, and 1 hop up off the wall. Berry around first, heading for second, and he is in safely. So now with a man on second and 1 out in the inning, that's going to bring up Mark Lansing. He's worked a 3-2 count himself. He takes ball 4 in the slider that misses away from Bedrosian, and that's going to give us 2 men on now with 1 man out. And take a look at Bedrosian's beard. That is a high-quality beard, but Mark Wallers is going to come in relief. Now is the Bobby Cox really likes to utilize his bullpen. I guess he's used a lot of relievers in all, at least the 2 games that I've played. But Marquis Grissom is going to come on and pinch hit now, as he has a really high contact rating. It's righties in this game. That's why I gave him the day off to start, because we're facing a lefty. And anyway, base hit into left field. Runner coming around to score, and he is out at the plate. A perfect throw. I originally thought Berry was safe here, but take a look at the replay. This is actually a perfect throw right where it needed to be. And you can see Lopez gets his glove on Berry's knee before Berry gets his foot on the plate. So an accurate call there from the home plate umpire, and Berry is retired at home. Now 2 outs, man on second and third for Rondell White. He takes a questionable strike 3 call right there, up and away in the zone. He is not happy about it. And the Nationals, or the Expos, excuse me, leave 2 men on. And that is going to bring us to the bottom of the 7th inning. Now Ugueth Urbina is going to get a chance after a poor performance in Game 1. But the 20-year-old reliever is going to get another chance tonight, and he capitalizes on it with a 1-2-3 7th, the perfect 7th inning. And that would do it for that. So we're going to head to the bottom of the 8th now. Tim Scott, another one of our setup men, is going to come on. He pitched a scoreless inning in either Game 2 or Game 3. Pinch hitter Ryan Klesko up here with a 1-1 count, and he's going to end up hitting this one high and deep to left center field. Alou back on the run, reaches up but cannot make the play. It's going to 1-hop up off the wall, and you can see Klesko is into second. And one thing I noticed about this Braves team is it has a ton of players who ended up I guess, peaking in their careers on another team at another point in their career, and I'll talk about that in a sec, but as you can see, that's going to be an RBI ground out. If Klesko moved up to third with 1 out, that's an RBI ground out for, I believe, Mark Lemke or someone of the like, Jeff Blauser. And now with 3-2 counts to Ron Gant, Scott gets him on the splitter, and he is through the 8th. But, yeah, this Braves team is filled with guys like Ryan Klesko, Jason Schmidt, just to name a couple, Rafael Belliard, who all sort of peaked in their careers a little bit later on. But anyway, that's besides the point at this point. So Wetland on for the 9th inning. Chipper Jones up with 2 outs, 1-2 count, and he strikes him out with the curveball, and there will be a Game 5. The Expos force it with a 3-2 victory here in Game 4 to even up the series at 2 apiece, and that is going to do it. So the Expos win. Butch Henry gets it done, only allowing 1 run over 6 innings. He gets the win. Wetland with the save, and that will do it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. Game 5 will be out tomorrow, and I'm out. Peace.